Hi there, welcome to the Barbara Young channel and welcome to my Friday Sews. First of all, I'd just like to say thanks to Jen from Today and Jen Sewing Room for creating the hashtag Friday Sews. And as you can see today, I'm not in my sewing room. That's because it's too warm. I go up there and I spend about half an hour up there, if that, and I'm already sweltering, the pouring off me. It's too hot. Even with the windows open, it's just too hot. It's been a bit of a cooler week this week, but it's still way too warm. So really I've not had any chance to go and get any sewing done, which is a bit of a shame. So what else can I tell you about? I don't know really. Oh yeah, Plymouth Frocktails. I've got my ticket, so I'm going to have to sort out an outfit for that, aren't I? So today I'm coming from the lounge, living room, whatever you want to call it, leaning on my sofa. And I thought, well, now that I've got my Plymouth Frocktails ticket, I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to wear. And yeah, now last year, when I go doing it for, effectively for this year, this one that was in beginning of the year, and obviously next year's will be at the beginning of the year, I still had to spend quite a bit of time getting ready for that. So I had to decide what I was going to make. And those of you that watch my channel, you will see that lovely outfit that I eventually got to, even though it was a lot of work. So I thought this year, for next year, I want it to be a little bit simpler. Keep it a little bit simpler. But saying keeping it simpler, my initial thoughts were, well, what about them sleeves? You remember them sleeves? Simplicity 8506, that pattern. And it was item B, yeah, them big poofy sleeves. I thought perhaps I should have another go at those sleeves, you know. Here's the mock-up that I did. Remember this? With them big sleeves on it. And they're going to have that big sort of poofiness to them, big. That's that for a sleeve, with that sort of pleating thing stuff on the top there that I'd done. Yeah, you remember that? I remember it. It caused me a lot of trouble at the time to get it to work. And then the top that I made that I was going to put the sleeves onto was a sort of slightly stretchy fabric, and it just didn't seem to work. It had a slightly stretched velvet fabric, and it was just a nightmare to work with getting these sleeves on. So this time I've decided I'm going to try these sleeves again, but I'm going to do it in something a little more stable. I'm going to use a much more stable fabric to create these big sleeves. I don't know what yet. Obviously I haven't decided on fabrics. I'm still deciding on patterns and how I can do it. So my thought was, well, I need a stable top as well, a nice top that I can make it from. And well, initially my thought was, well, I'll show you this. This is, I'm sorry if it clashes with my skirt, it's the same fabric. This is a shirt dress I made, and it's got these big pleats, my monster dress. I've done a video on this. I'll try and find it, maybe put a link in if I can remember where that is, what it is. And I've got these big pleats in on them. And it is a shirt dress. It's a lovely shirt dress. I do like wearing this once in a while. It's quite vibrant, isn't it? Look at that. But that shirt dress is based on this pattern. New Look 6941. That one. And mainly View D. Yeah, View D. Now I have made this pattern with a long sleeve as well, which I took from... if I remember it, I'll have to have a look and I'll put it down the bottom. I can't remember what the sleeve was from, but it's another shirt pattern. And I put a long sleeve on there. Anyway, that aside, my thought was, well, that'll work quite nice, because then what I'll do is, instead of putting that little cap sleeve on, I'll rework it and have the big poofy sleeve on it. So I could make this shirt dress like that, you know, but with a big poofy sleeve on. And because this is a nice cotton, a structured fabric, it should hopefully go on there quite easily and be more fitting for that. And then my thought was, well, if I don't have that shirt dress, but I still want a top and a bottom, then I could still do the shirt as it is with the big poofy sleeve, but then I could make a separate skirt. And I was thinking of the McCall's 8259. Is that right? Yeah, 8259. That one. It's like a wrap dress, but it's a bit more swishy and it's got some, you know, some styling in there. And I thought, well, that might be quite nice actually. That with, like I say, that with that top, that with that top, with the poofy sleeve, you never know, it might work. So that's my thoughts. But obviously with this, I am going to have to use a structured fabric. Now, I'm going to clear what I've done with my glasses. There we go. The shirt or the blouse, whatever it's called, it's what does it call it? Not sure. Oh, I've no idea. Some of them call it a blouse, some of them call it a shirt. Anyway, let's have a look at the fabrics. It says suggested fabrics: cotton and cotton blends, chambray, lightweight denim, pique, I don't know how you say that, poplin, twill, sateen, eyelet, satin, linen and linen blend. So I'm not sure what I would make this in. Probably would be a cotton of some sort. Quite what, I don't know, but I want it to have that structure and strength so I can create that poofy sleeve. Hopefully will work better being in a structured fabric. Now the skirt, now that one, let's have a look, see if it gives me some suggested fabrics. There we go, suggested fabrics: crepe, lawn, cotton blend, lightweight sateen. So yeah, so that would be some sort of lightweight, probably cotton blend of some sort. And that way it'll all have the structure, but hopefully have enough swish about it that it'll still sit and have a bit of nice flow to it, but at the same time be able to keep that structure, especially with them sleeves. So hopefully this second time around I will actually get to do the sleeves, which will be brilliant, won't it? The other choice, if I were to not make the shirt dress with the sleeves, not to make the shirt with the skirt with the sleeves, but I was just to go, okay, put all that to one side, and I could just make this pattern instead. Now this is the Know Me ME 2021 pattern, which is the Gwen Heng Know Me by Mimi G, and it's obviously from the magazine, I presume, Love Sewing, because that's what it says up there. So yeah, so that's a really nice pattern. I like that. It's got that sort of swishy skirt section to it, that A-line skirt. Wear it with an underskirt to help keep that volume, and it's also got the big poofy sleeves on it already. I wouldn't have to change that out, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to decide, won't I? I'll have to think about it and decide whether or not I want to go with shirt dress, shirt and skirt with puffy sleeves, or do this dress with the that's got the poofy sleeves on it. So I've got some choices, haven't I? Lots of choices and lots of decisions to make. And I think really it's more about the fabrics and how the fabrics are going to be structured and what they're going to do and how they're going to work as to what I go for. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This time, no fancy velvets and whatever else. It's going to be nice cotton blends, I think. So I feel quite confident with that, because I'm much better at dealing and working with those types of fabrics than I am with the velvets and the stretches and the stuff like that, of which I do enjoy working with those sorts of things, but I'm not that good with them. But cotton blends, yeah, I'm quite happy. So just have to decide exactly what combination I want to go with. I think that'll be determined a lot by the fabric that I find, what I can use as to which ones I think are going to work best for me, and what sort of colour, I suppose. I've got to decide on what colour scheme I want for this, you know. There's going for monster shirt dress, which I've already got a monster shirt dress. I don't want to make another one. I've got a monster skirt as well. And this is quite plain, but then this was just for a mock-up. But I'm glad I kept it, because it's going to help me. I certainly hope it's going to help me to work out what the hell I'm going to be doing if I put big poofy sleeves on. So yeah, I need to do some looking into this, make a sort of plan of what I want to do, and then go through and start structuring it all together. I will need to do a mock-up. But see, I suppose the good thing about this is, one, that's a wrap skirt. So I have made a wrap skirt before. I feel quite confident in doing wrap skirts, or even if it's a mock-up wrap, it's not too bad. This I've made quite a few times, so I'm quite happy with the pattern with this. It's just to have different sleeves on it. And other than that, it's decide, isn't it? I've just got to decide. So yeah, decisions about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. But I think I've got a good plan already in my head. So there you go. That's what I've been thinking about and planning this week. I say, haven't really got any sewing done. It's just been too warm. I did start looking at doing pockets for my duffel coat mock-up, to turn the mock-up into a usable item. But I say, it's just been so hot. I've not had the mental capacity to really stop and think about doing that, especially as it's a sort of adjustment away from what the actual pattern is. So I've left that. I've not looked at my duffel coat. I'm going to leave that probably for a few weeks until hopefully it cools down a bit, and then I'll be able to get on with that one. So I've got some time to sort of focus on sorting out what I can do with the what outfit that I want for the Frocktails. I've done a bit of knitting. I've got a couple of things here. I've started doing the sleeve, which I've had this one for ages, haven't I? Where is it? That's the from that knitting book that I got from the thrift store. That's obviously from a magazine, and it was the blanket jacket. That blanket jacket. Well, I'd made the left and right front, and I'd made the back. I just had to do the sleeves, and I'd been leaving it. So I thought, well, come on, I need to get on with it. So I have started doing the sleeve. I've got another project here that I'm doing in some lovely purple, but that's really just at the very beginning stage. So that'll take a long time to get done, I imagine. So I'll show you that more once I get a bit more of it done. It's sort of got something showable. Other than that, that's it. That's my week. Did I do my ironing? Well, if I was taking bets on that, yeah, no, of course not. Of course I didn't do my ironing. It'll stay there for weeks, and I'll just have to start wearing crumpled clothes, won't I? Because I can't bother to iron anything. I'll be all creased up, but never mind. And that's it, really. Nothing else to tell you about. Work's work. The weather's hot, and I haven't done any sewing. There you go. That's my week. So nothing else to tell you about. So if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like. If you click that little bell icon, you should get a notification of when my videos come out. If you'd like to make your comments, please do. Please comment what your thoughts are, what you're thinking, and what you've been up to. And if you'd like to comment between yourselves, please do, because that's why we come here, to make those connections. So I think it's just left me to say thank you very much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing my next video. Bye.